The dilemma of the PTE Summarize Spoken Text is that 50% of the students make silly mistakes and thereby lose their edge, and that impacts their reading as well as their writing scores. So do not take this question as easy. It is easy, but do not take it lightly, because there are some silly mistakes that we are going to identify in this video. Once you fix those, then there is a guarantee that you are going to get a full score. Like and subscribe and watch it right till the end. There is some good news as well that I'm going to share. Hey everyone, this is Anurag here from Edutrainex PTE. I hope you all are doing great. Look at the latest experiment that I did with the official Pearson mock test. I only attempted the PTE Summarize written text questions, and the marks that I got for reading module is 21 points, and in the writing module is even more surprising. I got 39 points just by attempting 2 of the Summarize written text question. That means I got a full score for reading and full score for writing. So that also means that the impact of Summarize written text on the writing part is increasing. So once you cover those 5 to 6 mistakes that I'm going to share in this video, then this type of score boost to your reading and writing scores is guaranteed. And if you are looking for test preparation with us, we are offering 3 types of test preparation plans. The first one is live classes. In that you get portal access, all the benefits, unlimited classes until you succeed. For that you have to WhatsApp us or Telegram us. The second one is if you just need an app or the recorded videos for practice, but it will have restricted access. So that is called self-preparation. And if you fall in the third category where you have already invested money in some institute and you are already practicing from somewhere, we offer YouTube memberships where we offer different kind of ebooks to you. The first one is the prediction questions ebook. That is most repeated questions in the exam for every month. And then we have the spellings ebook, again most repeated spellings in the exam for that particular month or this particular month. Vocabulary ebook, directly applicable to the reading questions, all types of words and their collocations and which prepositions you have to use with, and the templates. So all these are offered under our YouTube membership plans. Do explore, all the links are given in the description. And YouTube membership also offers some exclusive access to our videos. Of course, in live classes, you get each and everything. So let's start talking about what is the mystery behind the Summarize spoken text. First, we'll talk about the techniques that we have covered in the past videos. I'm not going to detail into this particular strategy because there is a very exclusive video that I shared some time back, not much time back. This is the thumbnail of that video that will help you to find it out. We have discussed several types of sentence combination techniques. Okay. And I told you that I'm also working on a very simpler ready-made template, and that is being tested. So that will be out very soon. But for the time being, what we need to understand is whenever we combine sentences in this order or using any complex sentence patterns like although or while or not only or but also, we need to avoid certain mistakes. We need to have some considerations. Otherwise, so simple mistakes that we have to avoid. One by one, we'll cover all of them so that you avoid getting your scores down, especially in the easy question. This is a blessing in disguise. The first mistake that people always do, and this is because of the people that chatter on the internet or on the social media talking that I did this, I did that, this works well, that works well, and that causes a lot of confusion for you. So our technique or our approach is always to keep things simple. Okay, which sentences to choose? Can I choose any sentence in any random sequence? That is not correct. Okay, we need to be careful with the sentences that are not independent. I hope some of you have done reorder paragraph questions. What do we do at the beginning? We try to find the first one sentence, which is topic sentence, which is completely independent of all the sentences. That is also a paragraph. This is also kind of starting of a paragraph. Okay, so you cannot start a sentence with non-independent sentence, right? Non-independent way of sentence, like the wordings like conjunctions or this or pronouns or but, for, those kind of words cannot happen, cannot come at the beginning of the sentence. Okay, so be careful. I'll show you one example. What do I mean by that? So you see, this is an exam question from this particular month, just a few days back, 11th of December. So you see the impact is really recent. Now what we see in this question is first sentence can be definitely picked because always it is an independent sentence, right? But just be careful. We'll cover the question mark part sometime later because that is also a cause of worry, cause of mistakes that people make. At the beginning, again, second sentence onwards, Over here is not a problem. You can choose any of the second sentences, any of the third sentences. The main trouble is around choosing the first sentence. Okay, so be careful with the sentences like this. Don't try to randomize the content. I can pick the first sentence as this one, second sentence as this one, and third sentence as this one. The meaning, or the convey, whatever you want to convey, will be completely screwed up, and then maybe it will also trouble the AI, Pearson AI, to understand the context, what you are trying to cover. Whereas if you cover in this order from the independent to non-independent pattern, then you will not have to worry about the grammar part, because that can result in grammar mistakes, and then you will lose easy marks. So now let's move on to the next type of mistake. This is also you need to avoid. First of all, the mistake number one, you understood properly. Don't try to jumble the order of sentences. Stick to the basics. Okay. Start with independent sentences. Now we will move on to this category or this sort of scenario which troubles many people. What happens? So you say that you pick up the first sentence. What happens if the first sentence is a question? Now there are a couple of options that you can do. I'll show you a question and then we will start discussing about it. So for example, there are two questions that I'm going to show that have questions at the first sentence. Okay. So first one is what is the solution and blah, blah, blah. But if you see the second sentence again is the answer. So actually it is again related to the first sentence. So it is not completely independent. Again, the first sentence itself, two things you can do: either just avoid it, start finding another independent sentence wherever it is, whether it's second or third, and then you continue the same pattern from there. Sentence 1, sentence 2, anywhere, sentence 3, anywhere. We are not bothered too much about sentence 2 and sentence 3. Main thing is about sentence 1. Now, there is another scenario as well that you can do, or you can take the approach. You convert the question into the answer. It is asking you, what is the solution for nations with increasing energy demands? Then you can say, the solution for the nation with increasing energy demands is, and then you continue from here, hindered by frequent power cuts and an inability to compete in the international oil market. Convert it into a comma and then you continue from there onwards. Okay, so that is the way you can tackle these kind of questions. There is another one that I am going to show you very soon. But if you can find more independent sentences going forward, if you cannot convert this sentence into an answer, then you just find another independent sentence and you continue from there. If you do that, you will not make any mistake. But if you just select this question with a sentence as your first sentence, then it will be grammatically wrong, because it is expecting a question mark at the end and you are putting a full stop in the end. So that will result in a grammar error. So avoid those kind of mistakes. Now let's move on to the third one. Can I choose phrases and combine? This is very dangerous, because this particular technique of copy paste sentence 1, 2, 3 has simplified things for you. And these type of gossips that maybe some channels or social media people talking among themselves are talking about. So I just picked up phrases. So those people are different. They might have good command on English, understanding of where to extract phrase from and how to put it there. Those people can also write the whole summary on their own. So let's talk about you. Let's talk about your case, where you are. Why would you want to complicate stuff when I can get easy full score in this question? So let's stick to the basics. We will not try to choose phrases and try to combine it. We will do the sentences, and that is exactly getting us full score, as you saw with the experiment on the Pearson website. So we only show you results when we actually do the tests ourselves. Okay, we do not promise you any false techniques, only with proofs and evidence, even from the students. So let's evaluate another type of sentence which has a very, very long question at the beginning. And the very next sentence is also the progress, referring to something that was discussed in the question. Again, not independent. Whereas if you see the third sentence onwards, definitely this is independent. We are, as I have already recommended to you, not to pick up phrases, but if you do want to pick up phrases, it has to be in combination of beginning with article, subject, verb, object, that kind of combination. So for example, if I say the North Bubble Sea burst in 1620, and then there is a conjunction, again, article, noun, coffee house, exchanges, burned down in 1798. So this completes the sentence itself. So you can choose the sentence from here. The coffee house exchanges burned down in 1758 because it is separated by a conjunction. This part is independent. This part is independent. So those kind of phrases you can extract. Or if a phrase is written between two commas, okay, those kind of phrases is also independent. Those also you can extract. But as I said, do not try to do that. You will overcomplicate things. So I will not go any further because I'm not recommending that to you. The next mistake is about swapping the words. Can I swap words here and there? Again, this is a very common discussion that is happening on the social media. Please do not get carried away with those kind of scenarios. Some people may just mislead you. Okay, social media is very dangerous. The purpose of the mission, what we are trying to accomplish here is, maybe you have written this response, and if you just swap some words, let's say you can only swap same type of word. Okay, so nouns with nouns, adjectives with adjectives, adverb with adverb, verb with verb. But what will happen to the meaning? Let's say you are trying to say substitute Greenland shark. This is a combination of about the Greenland shark. So Greenland is acting as an adjective over here, talking about shark. So if I say Greenland and replace the shark with seas, which is also a noun, will that make sense? Not possibly too much. The purpose of the mission. Okay, so this is a noun. Scientists is also a noun. Can I substitute? The purpose of the scientists is to understand. It may or may not make sense. And not necessarily with scientist you may have to use an article. This is not correct usage. So when you swap words, and if you swap a singular noun with plural, you have to look at the article as well. So this is going to complicate things again for you. Mistake number 3, mistake number 4 is actually taking your score down. So these mistakes are very, very costly, very, very dangerous to use in the exam. Now let's move on to the other mistakes that we want to discuss today. How many words should I use? Do not think that I can still write 40 words or 50 words and get marks for it. You all know that the content points have been increased now, just doubled. So earlier what score we used to get, or full score we used to get with 40-45 words, now you have to take the word count close to 70. Less than 75, but close to 70. I always recommend to write above 65, but 65 to 70 because you do not know which type of sentences you will pick up and how long it will be. So this is the confident range that I'm going to get a full score if I reach this kind of word. So always try to be calculative when you are choosing the sentences, so that the end of the day, the result or the output of your response is close to 70 or just exceeding 70. So that is the mistake number 1. Do not choose sentences that is just taking you to close to 60 and then you think that is sufficient. That may not be, because choosing short sentences may not contain all the keywords, again losing the points for the content. So the only way to increase the points for content is write more, include more or longer sentences which has more keywords, nouns, adjectives relevant to the topic. So that is the mistake number 1. Now mistake number 6 is also cutting down extra words. Now this is not a mistake, to be honest. This is a scenario that you will face in the exam, and I'll tell you the technique how to get rid of it. Let's say you chose one of the passages that I showed to you in the slide, all our exam questions. Now we came up with this answer. Sentence 1 till here, and then we put a conjunction and then after sentence 2 another conjunction and another sentence. What happened to the word count? I did not look at all the sentences are too wordy. Now how can I reduce and take it to 70? So that's my target. So that is one technique I wanted to share with you. You can eliminate all the supporting details. Now if you see great shark, a top predator in the Arctic, is just giving more information about the shark. Same way what you see over here is scientist, including a psychologist from the University of Manchester, just giving more details about it. So what am I going to do is I can 1 comma here, 1 comma here. If you see phrases like this, you can remove the complete phrase. That will not cause any grammar mistake, and remove the commas as well, both the commas, this comma and this comma, and get rid of the entire phrase. That will bring the word count a lot. Okay, same way you see this phrase is also separated with 2 commas, just giving additional information about sharks. Cut it down, including the commas. Now if you read this sentence, an international team of scientists will lead to the largest island. So it is still making sense, this sentence as well. The Greenland shark, which lives for more than 272 years. Again, still making sense. Now again, anything that gives more details, you can cut that part out, possibly more than 400. We just talked about 272 years, that's enough. So that's how you can cut down the words. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 words already cut down. And maybe try to replace one of the sentences with a shorter sentence rather than just trying to find out where I can remove. You may or may not get all the scenarios. So you can separate the sentences when there are conjunctions used, but be careful, and is not always used as a way to expand the phrases. Sometimes we say 1, 2 and 3. So look at what scenario and is used and try to choose the sentences in such a way that you are not so much away from the word count, which is 70, 75. So once you land up, you should be somewhere around maybe 75 or just exceeding 80. So then using these techniques can help you cut down the phrases, extra phrases or extra supporting information, and then you can bring the word count down. Again, similar exercise I am just showing with another example. Dr. Holy Shields, who is also a trustee of Physiological Society. So again, you can cross out this information totally, and this word count is already 72 by cutting this down. So that's the original idea to show this example over here. The remaining sentences, I chose one moderate sentence and one very short sentence so that I can balance the amount of words. People who do not look at this, the word count just explodes and then you panic. And after that, the time runs out and then you do not have sufficient time to go back and write more or write shorter sentences. So do not take the difficult approach, keep things simple, everything will work for you. We do have detailed videos on the summarize, written text, all different types of templates, different methodologies, different examples, different scenarios, everything is available for you. And if in the end you are looking for live classes, and as we told you that we offer live classes as well, so if you are struggling, do WhatsApp us or Telegram us to get the live classes directly with us, unlimited classes until you succeed, along with app access, all the ebooks, everything, all benefits will be included in the live classes. For other benefits, you can look in the description for app access or just ebooks, how you can get them. And if you haven't watched the recent video on the PTE exam latest news bulletin for the December 2025, including a fantastic news from a student who was able to crack 90 using the techniques we have been sharing. Keep watching Edutrainex, and I'll soon be back with another super informative video on the PT topics. See you soon.